Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Dawn Patrol. I'm Cliff Krieger, your host, and I'm joined by Regina Faticanti.
Good morning. How are you?
You didn't sound that enthused.
No, good morning, Cliff.
Good
morning, John.
Regina.
Okay, now, these are new microphones,
Yes?
which
Yes,
means they
John.
gotta be 4 inches from your mouth.
4 inches from my mouth.
He bought
Yeah.
cheap microphones, is what he's trying to say in a subtle sort of
That's
way.
what Cliff says, but Cliff's not paying the bill, so he's even cheaper than me.
Is this,
On
Thank
the
you,
other
John.
hand, considering the amount that you pay me, so anyway,
Consider the amount of compensation I get, too.
absolutely.
we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
We are?
National debt is not yet, although I read in the newspaper it's 38 trillion. The debt clock online says we're still a few billion short. It was 40 degrees this morning.
Nope, we got any wind?
I didn't think so.
Regina, we got any wind?
Any what?
Wind.
Wind? I
Yeah,
can't-
when you were walking across the parking lot,
Was there
did
any
you
wind?
notice any wind?
No, I did not.
Breeze.
Thank
It
you.
was chilly. It was chilly as all heck, but no wind. I should have worn a hat. Like I said to John, I should have worn a hat. It was only
Cliff,
41
I
degrees.
think breeze is a California word. Here in Lowell, we have wind.
Well, because they get the Santa Ana wind also in some areas of California, right?
Right.
The Santa Anas, and they come at a
It's not,
specific time of year.
it's not time for the Santa Ana yet.
When do they come?
Springtime.
I'd say January, February, March,
Okay.
April.
So, Cliff, what do you got? What happened in 512? What happened before? You got anything before Jesus?
1648.
Oh, that's way after Jesus.
Peace of Westphalia was signed.
The Peace of Westphalian?
The peace?
Westphalia.
Okay, and what is the Peace of Failure?
Westphalia. It's the
Okay,
basis.
you can keep saying it 5,000 times, Cliff. What is it?
I'm trying to get to it.
No, you're
but
not.
you
You're
keep
going like blah, blah,
interrupting
blah,
me.
blah, 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 blah.
Are you okay?
I love being between the two of you. It is the highlight.
Regina, do you care about this?
No,
Okay.
it's the highlight of my
And
week.
I'm going to
Excuse
guess
me.
most of the viewers, they
Excuse-
just go like, I'm going to make my coffee while Cliff
Excuse
does
me.
this stuff.
It's the highlight of my week. Trust me when I tell you. I love being between the two of you. It's the highlight of my week. Thank you.
Proceed, Cliff.
Our current approach to foreign affairs is based on the Treaty of Westphalia.
How come?
Oh, Regina.
How come? Because it proved to be a workable way of nations to interact. It reduced wars and brought peace.
Okay,
And that was good.
that's very good. Peace is good. No one's going to argue with that, Cliff.
1861, first transcontinental telegraph line across the U.S. 1900, government announces plans to buy the Danish West Indies for $7 million.
Okay, can I ask a question? Where is the Danish West Indies, and do we still own it?
The second question, the answer is yes. The first question, I was going to ask John if he'd ever been there.
Our world traveler has probably been there.
Regina, you've been there too. It's the planet Earth. Yes, we've all been there, Cliff.
Okay.
Do you like the food over there?
I've never been there.
Oh,
The Virgin Islands.
sad.
Oh, okay. I've not been there.
You
So-
haven't been to St. Thomas?
No.
Oh, wow.
So the idea that Donald Trump would purchase Greenland from Denmark is not without precedent.
Absolutely. And you know something? I supported that 100%, because that would be a great base for the U.S.
That was his first storm of just bugging the Democrats.
And but you know,
He's
yes,
been
and I agree,
enjoying every
John.
minute since.
And I agree. It was his way of poking the
Watch
the
me
Dems.
piss them off this week.
What a beautiful scene this morning here on the mountaintops. And I agree,
What?
that was a great way to poke the Dems, but it was also a great idea. No, I've
Yeah.
not been to the
Virgin Islands.
Virgin Islands. Okay.
Okay,
Black Thursday or the New York Stock Exchange, everybody lost their money. That
that's
was a
right.
bad day.
Apparently, there's a new book out that says that it didn't all happen at once, but and we're back to the mountains.
That's what happened.
What's that? What's that
Cliff,
line?
Cliff,
from,
Cliff, what about the mountains?
it was on the screen.
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So anyway,
Good.
it's
So anyway, going back to his boring stories, please, you said you're going to talk about the mountains all day. What about the mountains? You don't like the mountains?
ultramontane.
I gotcha. West Indies.
1935, Dutch Schultz,
Less than 100 years. That's good.
American
No, it's
mob boss, died. He'd been born in 1902. Didn't make it very long. Gene Roddenberry passed away in 1991. He had been born in 1921.
Can we go back to the mob bosses for a second?
No.
Yes, go ahead.
No?
Yes.
So everybody saw on the news yesterday, Kash Patel, the head of the FBI, announced the arrest of a multitude of people, and it also included a slew of mob bosses. So apparently it was some sports greats, some members of the Celtics, 4 members of the Celtics, if I am correct. One,
Ooh.
a Celtic coach who has now been put on paid leave. And
Is he
another,
current Celtic coach?
yeah, I believe so, has been put on paid leave. And another person been put
You know
on
more
paid-
than I do, because the Boston report said none of the Celtics.
So I heard this morning paid leave.
I have no idea.
And so when I saw the interview with Kash Patel, there had to be 30 FBI agents ringing him. And I thought, and this investigation
What do you
has been
mean,
going
ringing
on
him?
for 2 years.
What do you mean?
Semicircle behind him
The semicircle behind him.
in the screenshot.
Right. I thought to myself, this finally came to fruition yesterday when they started making the arrests. And so when that happens, all these agents fan out and they arrest everybody at the same time. So no one can pick this up and say, burn everything, they're coming to get you. So it was a gambling ring, and it was that involved, let's say the three of us are in it. We put a a communication piece in our ear, attached to a phone that is able to see the player's cards. John, you are telling me the cards of the people who we're trying to steal the money from.
Yeah.
And so people have millions of dollars on the table. And Cliff and I are in on the ruse, and so we're betting big. But what we've done is to get wealthy people to the table. We've invited the basketball players. We've invited the football. But they are also in on it. Now here's what's amazing to me: these people who are already making $35 million a year need to be in on a stupid gambling ring? Are you kidding me? They just lost their careers and their reputation. So if anybody wants to weigh in on it, I would love to hear what people have to say, especially people who are Celtics, followers of the Celtics. I mean, I like the Celtics, as everybody else does here, but I'm not a huge, follower of the Celtics. If they're on, I'm going to take a look at it for a few minutes to watch them, but this was a big deal. And to find out that 4 people, 2 former and 2 more current individuals with the Celtics have been arrested in this FBI sting, and then the announcement comes with they were able to do this with a group of mob bosses, because these sports figures can't figure out how to do it themselves, but the mob can, because they've been doing it for ages. So let me tell you how it's done, kid. Okay, leave it to me and we'll figure it out for you. And they did, and this has been going on for several years. Somehow the FBI gets wind to it now, probably by somebody who's lost millions, and now they started investigating. So if anybody has any news, I would love for you to text in to the show and give us some inside information, give us some more info, and the names of the Celtics who are connected to this ring. Thank you.
I had not heard Celtics, but I had heard other teams.
Yeah, Celtics. It's unfortunate, and the reason why it's stuck with me is because I had heard Celtics.
Yeah.
And that really did bother me tremendously.
Yeah. That is not good.
No, it's not good. Thank you for letting me get that out. Appreciate it.
Let me tell you another big secret nobody
Yes,
knows
John?
about. Politicians lie.
Yep. So you saying Cash Patel's lying?
No, I'm saying politicians lie. Why are they never prosecuted for it?
So flush it out. Can you help me understand better?
They lie to you to get elected, and then they don't do a doggone thing about what they promised,
Oh, I agree.
and nobody gets prosecuted.
I agree.
And it's never going to happen. But meanwhile, you got these guys. Who doesn't cheat on sports? I don't know if you've ever played a game, Regina, but if nobody's looking, they don't see that you dropped the ball, you don't admit. I dropped the ball. I dropped the ball.
I agree.
Everybody cheats in sports.
I think that
Gambling?
that's a glittering generality.
Gambling, same thing. Goody Two Shoes Cliff there, he's never lied in his life. He's been honest at every turn. He is a sacred person, has a halo. God bless you, Cliff.
Are we getting into the governor's race in New Jersey now?
Your halo.
Oh, and
Is
then
that what you want to talk about, John?
And then we can talk about the Senate race here. Let's talk
No,
about the governor race.
this bit about these gambling guys. They start out small and they get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And all I say to Cash Patel is, arrest some lying politicians, please.
Is
Oh, I
it
see
against
where-
the
I see
law
where
for
you're
a
going with it.
politician
Okay.
to lie?
Two can't talk at the same time. Would you repeat that, Cliff?
Is it against the law for a politician to make a promise that he or she doesn't
Yes,
fulfill?
it's a verbal contract.
You think that'll hold up in court?
It's on video. I can prove you said it. Yes. Regina, what did you say?
I understand now where that thought is going. I wasn't sure, I didn't understand, but now I am comprehending where you're going with your thought process.
Good. I got some text from the audience.
Light dawning on Marblehead.
This is no big deal. And the media's got nothing else. They're so happy with this because they don't have to talk about a dog show.
Okay.
They'll say, oh, look at the pretty dogs. We're having the empty kennel week. They got no news. Except, you know what? They're tearing down the White House. Trump is tearing down the White House.
I'm okay with the ballroom. You okay with the ballroom?
I'm okay with the ballroom.
It
John?
makes no difference whether you're okay with it or not. It's going to happen. He promised he's going to do it. He did it. Tough cookie. The Democrats are red hot mad. Last week we had the big fake thing, King's Day. It was a Democratic cookout, but they forgot to bring the hot dogs and the hamburgers.
Okay, these two texters are awesome. Is it comical that the American Mafia, the Mother and Father Italian Association, wants us to believe the Italian mob is behind the NBA betting scandal? Who are the DraftKings biggest investors? That was awesome. Second text, there's been cheating since the first time the cavemen traded a rock for a stick. That came from Jay. Jay, that was great. How about the movie The Sting? Pretty sure it's accurate how it used to be. Very good. Yes, you're right. Very good. Thank you.
Well, back to history.
Okay.
In 1991, Gene Roddenberry passed away. He'd been
Well,
born in
just a
19...
second now, Cliff, okay, before you're jumping all over the calendar here, years-wise. Why does the media all copy the same story? Channel 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you can go all the way up to 56. All copy this story about cheating sports celebrities. Who dictates the news to these guys? I mean, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Where the hell do they get together at 3 and have breakfast? What are we going to talk about today?
Have you ever heard of the Associated Press?
Yeah.
Or the
Yeah, they-
United
they
Press
went out of business?
International? What?
They went out of business, yes?
No.
No? Okay. All the news comes out of WINS, 1010 Wins in New York. All the news is birthed there. If you want to hear tomorrow's news, listen to 1010 Wins in New York. All the news comes out of that.
Print or radio?
Everything. Whatever
Or
comes,
TV.
they all listen to 1010 Wins. That's tomorrow's news story.
Okay. I'm going to need to find that. I'm going to need to find them. Thank you, John.
I'm sure Cliff's never heard of them, but
I never have. So now
24-hour-a-day news. You give us 20 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Okay. 10 wins. All right, thanks. Okay.
Okay, Cliff.
I
I'm
got
all
some other
caught up.
stuff. I got some other stuff
You
here,
can
too.
go
Go
back
ahead.
to 1912.
No, we're at 1937 or something like that.
He went to 93 at one
91.
point. Somebody died in 93.
91.
All right, they died in 91, and now he's going back to 38.
What?
So let's get through this, Cliff.
Gene Roddenberry. You know who that is?
Star
right?
Trek guy.
Right. So he made a nice contribution, I thought.
He did.
Today is Food Day.
Every day is food day.
It's International Day of Diplomats. That's probably based on the fact that it's the anniversary of the Treaty of Westphalia.
Okay.
Let's failure. Is that two words? Let's failure?
It's one word, Westphalia.
Oh, Westphalia. I thought it was let's failure.
Today
L.
is United Nations Day, anniversary of the 1945 Charter. It's World Development Information Day.
What is that?
It's about getting the word out to the word out to the world about how to develop their economies.
Put
Okay.
on 1010 Wins. And that gets the word out to the
And
world.
today is World Polio Day.
So does that mean everybody should get a polio shot?
Yes, they
Okay.
should. Apparently,
Apparently they
polio is
should, right.
rising.
Yes, because people are not getting vaccinated like they used to be.
I remember it was a big deal when Dr. Salk's vaccine came out in the 50s. My mother made sure we got vaccinated real quick. So, the election for state senate, March 3rd, primary February 3rd, and candidates have to submit by 23 December.
Let's remind folks that the passing of Senator Ed Kennedy has caused an election to take place
Yep.
for the seat that he has now vacated. And so when that happens, the governor decides when there's going to be a primary, and then when the general election will take. And that when she decides when the primary is, and the general election comes naturally 30 days after that. And
Special election.
the special election, right. And that will be to fill the remainder of Senator Ed Kennedy's seat, which he really did a wonderful job in this area representing us. Lowell, Chelmsford,
No,
Groton,
no. Tingsboro, Dracut, and a couple of communities west of them,
okay, and Lowell,
and Lowell.
yes.
Rodney Elliott has already announced.
Very pleased with that. Rodney Elliott is my state rep. I cannot say enough good about the man.
Okay.
He has represented my district in Centerville, and he also represents Pawtuckettville and Chelmsford. I will also say that if you talk to Rebecca Duda, who works for the school department, she's on the Drake School Committee, she will text me, and she's part of our dinner club. Hey, Regina, I need Rodney Elliott to help me write a letter because I'm writing a grant. I need a letter of support. I'll text him. I'm like, hey, can you write a letter? Absolutely. The guy is he's just wonderful for our community. He's just been there always for our community. I can't say enough.
He only has one drawback.
Tell me. Oh, I know what you're going to say, but he's very conservative, Deb.
Read the two text.
Okay, let's see the text. The media are just a bunch of puppets. They all said the same thing when it came to the hurricane season predictions. They were wrong. The real question, it's text number 2, the real question you should ask yourself is, why do I consistently turn on the local news when I already know the narrative? Good text, Bart. Thank you. So go ahead. Just tell me what's wrong.
Well, he caucuses with the Democrats.
I know. And you know something? I still have the D after my name, but I would consider myself what we in Lowell call ourselves Kennedy Democrats. We are very conservative because the Democrats would throw Kennedy out of the party today.
They did.
Because he would not have been able to sustain being a Democrat.
The way that Massachusetts State House is set up, it's corrupt. There's one guy down there runs the whole show.
Yep.
And if he's not happy, you're not going to be happy.
Right. John's correct.
And they say, oh no, he won't take away the money. Yes, he will.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You told, and I know, I sat here on Tuesday with Rodney, and
Oh, you did? Okay.
he made time to come in, and I disagree with him that the money for the Rook Bridge is rock solid in place. It's going nowhere. I'll believe it when I see it. And that's what the Rook Bridge is. Until then, the Speaker of the House can do any doggone thing. When they can cancel, the feds can cancel the Bourne Bridge. You know what, the Bourne Bridge? It ain't coming.
I just heard that, John. They're going to take away the Army Corps of Engineers,
Regina, have you driven over the Bourne Bridge?
not in years.
It looks just as beautiful as it did years ago. It's a monumental waste of money to replace that
I was going to
bridge.
say, so why are we replacing it?
Just add another bridge. Why are you going to take one away? It's kind of like when they took away the bridge, it's the Howe Bridge. When they replaced the new Howe Bridge that
Okay.
goes to UMass Lowell. Okay, I can understand they took the other one down. I was right next to it. But if you're going to put a bridge across, put one across where Cliff wants it, in Belvedere.
Okay.
Put another bridge. Why rip down any one that we have?
That makes a lot of sense, because that also now cuts down on traffic jams.
Why the hell can't they put this new Rourke Bridge way up Middlesex Street in Chelmsford?
Agreed. Cuts down on traffic jams. Absolutely agreed.
But no. We're going to tear down a bridge. Stupid.
It is stupid. Okay.
That's just me. Cynical me. I'm sorry, Cliff.
Sometimes cynical you make some sense.
Back to 1950.
Well, I think it's more than just Ronald Marino, the House Speaker down there. There's Karen Spilka, the Senate President.
Yes.
But they run a slave galley.
Yeah, I saw that you had written that, and yes, they do.
I mean, and they can be vindictive. That's why
Yes, they can.
the junior senator is a senator, because they took his desk and put it out in the hallway. So
Ooh.
when he got a chance to run for national office, he did.
Who are we talking about?
Ed Markey?
So they cut their nose off to spite their face, and then they got saddled with ice cream man. Okay,
Yeah,
all
there
right.
we are.
Another one who hasn't been prosecuted for what he said.
Well, I mean, Ed, I'm sorry, but he's been there a very long time, and maybe it might be time to give someone new an opportunity to represent the Commonwealth.
Same thing with Pocahontas.
That's,
I agree.
that's why, what's his name said he's running?
Oh, yes, Seth Moulton?
Seth Moulton,
Seth Moulton, yes. Mhm.
because he's definitely younger than Ed Markey.
Definitely younger than Ed
And the
Markey.
media should start with him. Now, Mr. Moulton, you promised that we're going to go to the moon in 4 years. Now, if we're not there in 4 years, you'll resign from your position? The media should have the guts to ask that question, but they will never ask that question.
No.
At what point do you say, I'm a failure, I quit?
Well-
I'm sorry, they ask that question of Republicans, just not Democrats.
They don't ask it of Republicans either. I'm sorry.
Okay,
Regina, you want to read these?
So respectfully, Mr. Elliott is an empty suit who doesn't care about you, Rita. You know, Jay, I want to say this to you.
My name is Regina.
I want to thank you for comparing me to Rita Mercier, because she's awesome. But it's Regina. But thank you for the comparison, because she is amazing. The second text. What would the strategy be to get Kennedy's Senate seat? Run for the seat now, or wait until the fall when the seat is up for grabs again? Bart. Oh. Interesting, Bart. Good question.
But on that note,
Okay.
we have laws we like, we have laws we don't like. We like this law, special election.
Yes, because now, so Bart, the issue with that would be, when you run in the fall, you run as a incumbent, and that's the benefit.
And if you lose, you still have your seat.
Right, if you lose, you still have your state rep seat, and then in the fall, you get to do it again, if you want to. So there are some pros and there are some cons. So the next text, how about fill in that ridiculous canal that barely has any big ships in the canal? Jay. John, what canal is Jay talking about?
Cape Cod Canal.
Cape Cod Canal. Thank you, Jay.
No, I don't think so. Anybody who lives on the waterfront down there would be very angry at that. Jay.
I would imagine so, right, yes.
I'm going to guess Jay doesn't go to the Cape.
Take
too
away
much.
the view, okay.
Well, if you had a canal in front of your property that was, I think it's about 300 feet wide. It's pretty wide. And they can have, I've seen big boats go down that canal. They're mostly oil tankers. And it's big. I'd want to keep that waterway.
I probably would too.
Just me. It's kind of like anybody who has a house along the canals in Lowell or Lawrence. I like the water.
I like
out
seeing
there.
the water, yes. Absolutely.
So Cliff's mulling along over there.
Okay, Cliff. So, you get 300 certified signatures to the state election division. Cliff, help me out, though. Do
Yeah,
we have to have a certain number of signatures in each of the 5 districts?
no,
Or 300 in total?
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think you just need the full number.
Okay, very good. I didn't know. Thank you. So Rodney Elliott is in, and Vanna Howard is thinking about it. It's my understanding that the Bobs of Belvedere are urging her to get into the race.
Don't waste your fall, honey.
I
Don't
know.
waste your fall, cowardly lion.
I was going to say
Jay
that.
doesn't like Rita Mercier.
Thank you. Sorry about that. I would never compare you to Miss Mercier. You're a nice person. Hey, thanks, Jay. I really appreciate that. I know it was a mistake. And trust me when I say to you, people mix up our names all the time. So I am not offended. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
The Bobs of Belvedere?
So Bill Topier, who was a wonderful, amazing, incredible human being who I learned
A blow-in.
a blow-in, but I learned a great deal from Bill Topia. He was a bright guy. And he was an amazing politician. I'm going to tear up here. But he taught me a lot when we sat together on the school committee. And he coined a term, and I cleaned it up when I called them the Bobs of Belvedere, but I want you to take another B word and put it in place of Bob.
Okay. Well,
The
that's
Itches of
offensive.
Belvedere.
I think it was the Barbs.
The Barbs of Belvedere? No, I think it might have gone a little further than the Barbs.
I think it was bitches.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know if I could say that word, okay?
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
I didn't know if I could say that word, the bitches of Belvedere.
You could go with female dogs.
Okay, the female dogs of Belvedere. So,
It takes a tough customer to change the tide. It does.
yes,
And it takes a tough gal to change the tide. And that's what people are trying to do, change the tide. I think that electing Vanna Howard would be a big mistake. She doesn't have the courage to really stand up and fight for the community. Nice woman, don't get me any,
I agree.
nice gal. She has no courage to stand up and fight for her community. I've been to the State House many times in my lifetime. If you're not willing to stand up and fight for your community, you get a big bowl of nut and honey.
you're right.
And that's what we're in for if we elect a rep who'll do nothing. I'm going to do what I can to find somebody to run against Vanna Howard for her seat because she does not stand up and fight for her community. My personal opinion.
And my own personal view is that Rodney Elliott's been carrying us in this area with the other two individuals who are our state representatives. And
I agree. Roddy's the kind of guy who's going to
And I-
get up, fight for something,
Yes.
and if he loses, he loses. But he's going to
He's
fight
gonna fight.
against. He's going to fight against the tide. Yep.
So I just want to say thank you, Rodney, for fighting for our district and for standing up for the other two districts that represent Lowell. I appreciate you. Thank you.
Okey doke. So I assume you'll be voting for Rodney then?
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
Vote early, vote often. Heck yeah.
Okay, so I know it's almost a week old, but what's your take on No King's Day?
Okay, so Cliff.
Democrats are red hot mad. There was no food. There was supposed to be food. There was no food. And the biggest joke I heard about it was
But
they all had to be home by dark.
because they couldn't drive in the dark.
Yep.
So I was just going to say,
Democrats had a wonderful weather day.
I saw a lot of blue tips. And thought to myself, oh, the people from the 60s got to relive their youth. Good for them.
They had a great day.
They had a great day. Good for them. Not going to take anything away from them. So I'm going to tell you my little experience. Coming over the Bridge Street Bridge, it was Saturday, running some errands, and I see two men on lounge chairs, and they've got American flags taped to the back of their chairs, and they're holding something. So they were older, and I thought to myself, I wonder if they're veterans of some war, and they're in opposition to the No King's Day. So I thought, well, I'm going to go home, and then I'm going to drive by them, and I'm going to pull up, and I'm going to ask them if they would like a coffee. So I pull up, and I see that they're holding No King's Day signs. I didn't stop to offer them coffee. I know, terrible of me, isn't it? Terrible of me, terrible of me, terrible of me. I think that it flubbed. Now, I did hear yesterday in the news that the No King's Day took hold in some communities. It didn't do anything for me. Now, I realize that George Washington got the option to be king. And he said, no. We left the Brits behind because we didn't want any more kings. But I don't get the sense that Trump wants to be king at all. I think that he's taking every option he can as president to do exactly what he said he was going to do when he was running for president. So if people are surprised about what's happening, you apparently were not listening when the man was running for office, because he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do. So you should not be surprised at anything that is happening right now. Cliff?
I agree. They're all like John McDonough. They have no idea about our history. They don't know about Runnymede. They don't
What's
know
that one? What is it called, Cliff?
Runnymede.
Okay, Cliff, I like that. Regina, what's running mead?
I didn't know till this morning. And I'm going to have
Oh, that you found out this morning. You have to read it up?
I
You don't recall?
No, I'm gonna have to go back to it. Now, I do know now that it's important about how.
Running mead, is that honey that's leaking out of the hive, running mead?
No, I do know now it's how we form our government, how we work through our government. Please let me find it on the paper here. I did not know until this morning. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. But that's what Cliff's here for, to, give him my historical education. And he fortunately lets me interrupt him and talk about the mobs and the Celtics.
So tell us about the running mead, Cliff.
Runnymede, 12:15.
Okay.
The Barons.
Lunchtime.
The Barons. Runnymede's about halfway between London and Bracknell out west. The Barons all got together and cornered King John and said, we want some rights in exchange for giving you money. And that's a big step towards getting rights for Englishmen, which is rights for Americans.
Oh,
And
okay.
and they
Regina,
did.
that's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
Well, I see the succession of rights. Rights for the English, rights for Americans.
Here's two more texts for you.
Okay, here's another text. The Bobs of Belvedere is another way of saying the money on the hill. They're the same people pushing Duran to be their puppets on the council. Thank you, Texter. He's not fighting hard
Wait,
when...
wait.
Yeah,
wait.
okay, whoa,
Wait,
okay.
Wait. I live up on that hill.
I
don't
know.
have money.
And I wasn't going to say a word.
Oh, Cliff.
I thank you, John. Thank you, John.
Come on.
What?
Read the second text.
The second text. He's not fighting hard when it came to the newcomers invading our state. Rodney. He certainly didn't fight for the people of Lowell who have to pay for those people. So here's what I'm going to say to that texter. It's like shoveling sand against the tide. Because when Maura Healey decided to spend close to $3 billion, I don't think any Democrat who wanted to disagree with her was going to be able to mount any kind of a fight. So we just became aware of some sole source contracts that were awarded to people who provided food, cleaning services. These people had their clothes sent out to the dry cleaners because they didn't know how to use the laundry, the washer and dryer. So why didn't they have the people working these hotels show them how to use the washer and dryer? Okay, they didn't want to eat the sandwiches that we provided, so we hired catering services to make the meals that they were accustomed to. While the sandwiches got thrown out, we didn't even take the sandwiches to a homeless shelter or a veteran shelter for those folks to be fed. They threw them out. How dare they? Sorry to be off on a tangent. Let me reel it back. I think, and Texter, I understand your anger because I'm angry too. But I think that when that train left the gate and Maura Healey was driving it, there were a lot of people on it, and I don't think that people, even when they were trying to fight, had much of an opportunity to put up a fight. She was driving that train, and she was probably driving it over people. $3 billion later, and we are now feeling the crux of it.
The problem with politicians who have never had a job that has to generate an income, to generate an income, you have to please customers.
Yep.
To please customers, you have to bend your ways and actually give them something they want.
Right.
The bureaucrats who have had nothing but elected jobs, they don't understand how money works. And I've worked with many bureaucrats in my lifetime that just spend money that's just not there. I sat on many a board and told the executive director, That's a fantastic idea. Where are we going to get the money?
Right.
Oh, well, the board will raise the money. They're going to love the program so much, they're going to dig into their own pockets and write me a check. Please don't proceed until you get the funds. And it gets seconded. Once you ask them, where's the money to pay for this? The good news is we have the money. It's in your pocket, though.
Thank you, John. We have the money, it's in your pocket, and it's called, I'm going to tax you. I'm fortunate that I did have a job where I out of government. So I understand.
Well, Regina, you worked there. How many people think money grows on trees? I mean, right now, the sheriff's department, statewide, is getting chastised for overspending.
Yes, we talked
And
about
everybody
that
who
when I
works for the
walked in.
sheriff's department, they go, I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying a thing. You got any waste out there? Oh, we have tons of it. Oh, can you name some? Keep me out of this. That's what you hear.
And so there's the State House is holding back $126 million in funding
Don't
that
let it
should
go.
be allocated to the different sheriff's offices because 3 sheriffs have come under fire as of late regarding their spending habits.
Well, your guy won't share his facility to house the homeless. And I'm not asking you to stick up for the guy or...
And John, I'm not going to, because when I say to you that decision is up here, and Regina is way down that ladder.
And so I would ask, whatever his name is, why don't you want to share your facility with the homeless in Lowell and save some lives? And you can't say nobody's asked him because he has been asked. Because the mayor of Lowell sat right where you're sitting and said, the sheriff won't come to the table. He's got room for 600 homeless out there.
Yeah.
And he has the staff to rehabilitate 600 homeless people, put them on a better life track. And yet he refuses to come to the table. I'm going to keep airing this until the sun burns out.
And
I'm sorry, but I'm a little confused because I thought that in essence he was housing the homeless for years and years and years, especially during the winter. But now the courts are refusing to send anybody to the lockup. So it's down what? 60%?
Cliff, this is a completely new program. Completely new program.
Nothing's new.
Okay, turn the page, never mind.
So what Cliff is saying is that in the winter, lots of people commit a crime so they can be in jail for the winter. We call it 3 huts and a cot, right? And then you're out in the spring and you don't mind being homeless in the spring and the summer. And then you commit a crime and you're incarcerated again in the winter. Now, because we have cashless bail.
I thought they were called snowbirds.
So, that's good, Cliff. So now that we have cashless bail, judges don't give bail to anybody. So those people who thought, oh, I'm going to commit a crime and I'm going to have a nice warm bed and 3 meals a day to sleep and 3 meals a day aren't getting that because there's cashless bail. You go to court, the judge says, okay, we'll come back in 3 months, and you're thinking to yourself, whoa, wait a minute, that little plan did not work. Now, I also read it the other day that 110 people were let out of jail because we do not have the defense attorneys to represent them because they are still in a clash with Maura Healey regarding their salaries. Now, I was made aware that and those are for 110 people from around the state, that some of those people are rapists
155.
and murderers.
Recent 1,500 total since
Yes.
the lawyers' strike began.
Yes. And some of those people have committed, some of them for domestic abuse, some of them drug charges, sexual abuse charges. And so some of those people are now on the street. And so I would implore Maura Healey to find the money to pay these defense attorneys what they are worth. I gotta say this, when the state of New Hampshire is paying their defense attorneys more than the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, then we know there's a problem.
Yeah.
We know there's a problem. So Maura, dig into that little silk purse of yours, find the money. Find the money to pay for these people because they do an important job for every single citizen in Massachusetts.
Okay, Regina, you got 3 to read.
So, Maura Healey has nothing to do with running the state. The Speaker makes all the decisions on what happens in Mass. This is not a secret. The governor is just there for the signature. She's not bright enough to make comprehensive decisions. Thank you, Bart. Next text. If we had an honest media in the state, they would have asked those questions to the crooked governor. Hey, I am with you, texter. Next text. Now, people in this state are concerned about finances. Not one city councilor can tell the citizens how much their taxes are going up for a high school that everyone knew was going to be over budget. Yes, yes, yes. Texter, I'm going to say this to you. I'm going to say a dirty word. 100 million. And that is the amount of money that is going to be the overrun for Lowell High School. I hate to say it, and I'm going to look you straight in the eye, and I'm going to say, hey, thanks for the taxpayers of the city of Lowell for paying for it, because that's where the money is going to come from.
And they can't put in a sky bridge from the high school to the parking garage. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Regina,
I know.
before we get back to No King's Day,
Yes.
since John brought this up out of
Yes.
sequence, with the legislature talking about withholding money from the sheriffs, is this going to be like the situation with federal employees? Are you not going to get paid?
So we are going to get paid. So Maura Healey she level funded every sheriff's department. There are 13 sheriffs in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Middlesex was the first. So they've all been level funded. Every sheriff's department has asked for more money. And let me tell you where we're hurting. Last year, Maura Healey said every inmate should receive free phone calls. Okay. Absolutely. So, Maura, if you're demanding that we give inmates free phone calls, pay up. And she said, oh, the state will pay for them. She has not yet written one check to one sheriff's office for those free phone calls. Maura, get your checkbook out, put your little name on it, or as the texter indicated, that's all she does is she signs. She doesn't make decisions, so sign your name to those checks, pay us back for the free phone calls that you said every inmate should have. Now, we all run drug education programs because an inmate in Essex County brought a lawsuit against the sheriff in Essex County and said, hey, guess what? I should have medical assisted treatment, which means I should be put on drugs to help me, with my drug problem. And a judge said, I agree. So now every sheriff's office in the Commonwealth pretty much has a MAT program, a medical assisted treatment, where inmates who are on some kind of
Taxpayer funded
program on the outside, we must continue that on the inside.
Let's back up to the free phone calls.
Pardon me, John?
Let's back up to the free phone calls.
Okay.
Every prisoner I've ever got a phone call from was a collect call.
Not anymore.
So I get a collect call. Hey, Uncle Bruce, he's calling from jail. Will you accept a collect call? Sure. Hey, Uncle Bruce, how you doing? What a racket. So in 2025, Uncle Bruce is in jail. How does he call me, Regina?
So we're still using a company called Securus. So the call has to come to you through a third party. So Securus is going to call you.
This is the way the sheriff has set this up.
So
Listening to
Securus
you.
is gonna call you and say, John, will you accept a call from Uncle Bruce? Not a collect call, but a call, because we are now paying for that call.
Taxpayers are paying for the call.
Thank you, John. Well, that's why I said we. Taxpayers are paying for that call. Yes, you're 100% correct.
Okay.
You're not paying for it
The
anymore.
governor said now, you're gonna give them 3 more phone calls?
So the
How many
governor
calls
said,
does Uncle Bruce get now?
so the governor didn't put a limit to the phone calls, so right now they're unlimited. And here's the other thing so if somebody wants to call their uncle in Brazil, there is no limit to that.
With voice over IP, a call to Brazil doesn't cost like it used to.
Yeah, you're correct, but, so but now, so here's the cost, where the cost comes in, John. Because we use a third party to facilitate that phone call, the third party, at every jail has to use a third party, that's where it's really
Why? Why?
hurting us.
Why do we have to use a third? Why does
don't-
Uncle Bruce have to use a third party?
Honestly, John, I don't know the answer to that.
Policy? I got you.
I wish I knew the answer
That's
to
a
that.
sheriff rule. So my guess is somebody is writing a big fat campaign check to keep that phone contract. That's my guess. What do you think, Cliff?
I know nothing.
No, I just asked
It's
Cliff.
possible. I have no opinion.
How should a prisoner be able to call his mother?
So right now, we're at least $1.5 million in the hole for last year's phone calls. I can only speak for so that's not fair to the sheriff or any sheriff's office. Maura Healy said, hey, I'm gonna pay for your phone calls, and she didn't. Now, it's not fair to the sheriff, any sheriff's office,
True.
and I get it. It actually is a temperature issue. Inmates are able to talk to their families. It's better for the climate. So I totally understand. It creates a better working atmosphere. People are calmer because they don't have to wait for a certain time of day. They can talk to families on their tablets. It creates a calmer scenario in the jail. So it's not a bad idea. But how about if you pay us for it? Okay? That's
Yeah.
all.
So, going back to No Kings.
Okay,
Besides Runnymede,
yes,
which got us on the right foot for government,
yes,
so that we're a lot better off, there was Oliver Cromwell. This is after the Pilgrims landed on Plymouth Rock. Oliver Cromwell replaced the king for a while. And then Oliver Cromwell moved on and they got a king back by democratic decision
So-
of the parliament.
where did Oliver Cromwell come from?
England?
Okay, I thought so, but I just wanted to be clear.
Yeah. So we've been through this a number of times, but the big question in my mind is, why didn't these people get out the lost 6 million votes back in November? 6 million vote difference between 2020 and 2024. If they turned out 6 million votes, Kamala Harris would have won in a landslide. But no, something happened.
Yes, because people came out to vote who never voted before. So I'm going to mention one name, Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk got young people to come out and vote who never voted before. He got droves of young people to come out and vote, and they voted for Trump. Then you had the black vote, and they didn't vote for Kamala Harris because she was not talking about the economy and jobs. She was talking the economy and more handouts. Trump was saying, listen, I want to better the economy so you can have the dignity of having a job that you want, having an education, having a better life for your children. I don't care. White, black, brown, red, yellow, green, purple. That's what you want for your children. You want to make a better life for yourself so that you can give your children a better life. People of all races heard that. And they said, yep, that's what I want. So when we're looking at the difference, the number of people who came out to vote, I can't say that there were 6 million.
I
but
can.
that there were a number that came out from those two groups that cast a ballot for Donald J. Trump.
Yeah. And the Democrats failed to turn out the numbers they did back in 2020.
You're right.
So,
You're 100% correct.
all right, Regina, what book are you reading?
Ooh, I'm reading two. I'm reading one called Sisters, which is it's a book about these two twins, and they're in the car together, and they're arguing, and there's an auto accident, and one twin dies. And it's a macabre kind of indication of one twin taking over the other twin's life. And I'm in the middle of reading that now. And I'm also reading another book by, one's last name is Anderson, and she writes these great mysteries. And I happened upon it because I'm in the Barnes and Noble Club, because I still like print books. I don't care what you say, I like print books. So I'm reading one of her books right now. So let me read some text before we have our wonderful guest on. The governor in this state...
You don't want to know what I'm reading?
Please tell me. Usually it goes way over my head, so I'm always embarrassed.
It's funny when it happens to Cliff. It's funny. Please read the text, Regina. We're out of time.
The governor in this state has zero management experience. Sounds like Lowell city manager. That's from Jay. The next one. 3 square meals a day, free phone calls, recreation time. Doesn't sound like hard time. Next text. Why do we vote for a sheriff in Massachusetts? They have very little authority here in the state. Actually, texter, sheriffs have a lot of authority, and at some point in time, maybe you can have the sheriff on to talk about the actual authority they do have here in the state. How about Barron Trump? He deserves some of the credit for the younger vote. Thank you, texter. Yes, he does. He's a great kid. Donald, you did a great job. Can Regina borrow your book, 107 Days to Read? Texter, I have my thumb down.
We'll be back. Thanks.
How do you pronounce your last name? Liang. Liang? Good morning, everyone. Welcome to City Life Show. I'm Cliff Krieger, your host. On my far right is Regina Faticanti, who joins us every other week.
Morning, Cliff.
Every fortnight, so to speak.
Every fortnight, yeah, absolutely.
And Regina works in the sheriff's office here in Middlesex County.
Very proud to work there. Very proud to work for Sheriff Katushin.
And a professor.
College professor, yes.
And we have as our guest Sidney Liang, who's running for City Council, District 7, the Acre.
Yes, sir.
And how's the campaign coming?
It's good. We're getting a lot of focus right now onto canvassing. In the summertime, it's much more out there in regarding to getting all the neighborhoods. We didn't just focus on registered voter. We focused on everyone in the acre. So we visited all the neighborhoods from the Lower Highland all the way to Moody Street around behind City Hall. So yeah, we visited all of them. So but now the weather's getting colder, and so we're focusing more on just canvassing and door knocking.
Is there any chance that your district is going to increase its voter turnout to something decent?
I'm hopeful, but this is also my first time trying new strategies, and so hopefully we'll make enough noise that people actually, coming out and support me. And not only that, maybe those who haven't been voting, maybe try to come out. So I'm hopeful.
So when were you born?
When?
When?
Oh, I was born 1970
1970.
in Cambodia. Yeah.
So in 1973, I was trying to help you fight the Khmer Rouge by dropping bombs in Cambodia. When did you escape that disaster?
So you're probably dropping bomb around the Ho Chi Minh Trail, huh?
No.
Cambodia?
That's up in Laos. Yes, I dropped bombs there, but down in Cambodia.
Yeah.
Sidney,
So-
would you spell your last name for me?
It's Liang, no E.
There's no E. Thank
No
you.
E.
I'll fix that.
So
Sorry.
just, because Cliff is going to be unassuming about this, but Cliff was a pilot in the Air Force and probably flew about 200 missions,
Wow.
trying to save a country that Pol Pot was trying to destroy.
Okay.
I apologize for not doing a better job.
Well, so I lost, all of my family members. So we escaped. Me and my sisters escaped the Khmer Rouge.
Tell us what happened. So there you are. You're living in Cambodia,
Right. So
and you escaped. Would you? And I loved listening to my Cambodian friends. Those who actually did walk to one guy. He was driving I'll put the camera on me. You guys can sip your brews over there. Favorite story is he's driving this big beat up SUV, Toyota SUV. The truck's way too big for him. It's dented. I said, why don't you get rid of this jalopy? He said, what's a jalopy? So we had a good laugh over that. I said, why do you drive such a big truck? He says, I had to walk to, I forget what, Taiwan. He had to walk to another country. He says, and I'm never walking again. So that was, we had a good chuckle. So tell us the story of your family. How did you guys, what happened to make you actually say we're leaving? Can you talk us through that?
Yeah.
If you don't want to talk about it, I respect that too.
No. I mean, I talk about it so that I can also share with my kid. So I have two children also.
How old are they? What's their names?
They're older now. They're young adult.
How old?
So the older one is 26. She's studying for her CAT, and the little one's 22, and she's at UMass Dartmouth.
Great.
Finishing up her nursing school.
You got a nice diploma
Thank you.
diploma bill coming out there.
Yeah.
Nice
Thank you.
job.
Yeah.
So getting back to your so there you are, a little boy in Cambodia. What happened?
Yeah. It was. I remember a little bit when Cliff was talking about, dropping bombs and stuff like that. So in the old days, I remember my mom used to tell me that when they see the airplane go by, they shove me into the bush so that, the airplane wouldn't see you and they wouldn't drop bomb on you. So they were afraid. Now, this is, we live in the, the countryside. So we didn't know a lot about what's going on in the city.
So what country were you living in as a child?
The countries, As a child, I was actually, so in 1975 to 1976, we were inside Cambodia.
Gotcha.
And so therefore, this is at the height of the Khmer Rouge. So, and in 1976, in November, my father and also my older brother died on the same day. He died, of course, of starvation. And
So they starved your dad and your brother to death.
You ever see like a bloated person?
Yep.
When a person starved, it's not like they're getting small. The body's bloated, because of whatever. I don't know the health terminology. But
They were starved to death.
Yeah, they were starved, and one died in the morning, one died in the afternoon. I mean, in the evening. I can see it, vividly. So, and then and then they separated.
So now it's
me.
your mother, your sister, and you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also they wouldn't allow us to stay together, so I was ending up in a camp. They have the camp for kids. You can't stay with your parent. So they bring you in and bring...
So this is the Cambodian government.
Yeah, this
Okay.
is the then
Understood.
Pol Pot regime, yeah. So they separated you, and you go to among the kids, at different age, and they, 5 or 6, 6 o'clock in the morning, you would get up, lined up, and then sent to different places and to do work. And you wouldn't be allowed to see your parents. So I hardly, saw my mom at all. But sometimes you escape and you watch them, you run away. You learn how to survive. You steal food. You trying to steal people's, I don't know, I guess food or chickens and whatnot. But we survived, basically.
I gotta go let Dave Conway in, but please continue with your story.
So, so in 1979, when the Vietnamese, came into Cambodia, we, since my mom was a widow, it was not safe for her. So in the middle of the night, we ran away. So we ran, meaning on foot from the Cambodian town all the way to Thai border. We walk all day, all night, and follow a trail of dead people so that, we reach a camp. We were told that, wherever the body falls, you just follow toward the head. So we were told, to keep doing that, otherwise you would stepping on landmines and being, blown it up and stuff like that. So therefore, we were walking. So we end up in a camp, refugee camps in Khao Dang in 1979. So we, just me and my sister and my mother.
And how old were you at the time?
9 or 10 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is where I got my education mostly.
Okay.
This is where I learned English. This is where I learned Khmer. So I learned a lot of, things at 10 years old in a refugee camp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so that's why, and of course in the refugee camp, one person, they give this ration of food or rice from the United Nations and, and other organization that they went down there at the Thai border, Thai refugee camp. Yeah, so that's where I mostly grown up, and then after that, you put a name onto the agency. Hopefully, somebody will select you and go live in a third world country. It could be Canada, Australia, Germany, wherever. So we got picked to live in the United States because my aunt came here first.
Okay.
And then, we got a name through the Lutheran Church or something
Yes.
like that.
Mm-hmm. Out of Chelmsford.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't remember clearly, but we got here, and then we, I came to, when we came here at first, there's a lot of places we went to, so we went to Thailand, and then we went to the Philippines,
Mm-hmm.
and then from the Philippines, I went to New York, and from New York to California, and then from here, and then to here.
Where'd you go in California?
Oakland, Fremont.
Oh, you didn't go to Southern California?
No.
Because
how old-
Long Beach is where I graduated from high school.
So-
It's
And
The
Long
other-
Beach has the number one, Long
Yeah.
Beach has the greatest number of Southeast Asians in the U.S. Lowell is number 2.
Number
Yeah.
2, the Cambodian, yeah.
So Sidney, how old, now, you get to Lowell.
Yeah.
How old are you?
17, 18 years old. Yeah, this is, so I went to actually 4 high school. So, it's a lot because I went to New York, it was, in the Bronx, and then we went to Fremont High School, Oakland High School, and then finishing up at Lowell High School here.
Now, at any point, did you want to go back to Cambodia?
I did. I actually did. In 1995, I did volunteer work in Cambodia. This is 2 years after the UN, they call it UNTA election. So 1993, the United Nations went into Cambodia and created this government, after the Vietnamese pulled out.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a new government through elections and stuff like that. It's a long story. It's one of those very interesting story, And, when they did this election, right, now we're talking about election. So we have the guy who, his name is Hun Sen. He was supported by the Vietnamese government, and also he put his name on the ballot. And we have the prince, educated in France and whatnot, and so he also put his name. So the result of the election was that the prince became, first. He got elected, but Mr. Hun Sen did not want to leave.
Oh.
So therefore, we have this new thing called like a co-prime minister. So you have prime minister number 1, prime minister number 2.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, what's the use of having an election in
Right.
the first place when you can't leave? And so that's a long story, because now in 1997 there was a coup that the prime minister number 2 took over the entire country. So therefore, now he's in power for over 30 years. Yeah, because the prime minister number 1, the prince, he, I guess got caught off guard or something like that. So it was,
Shame on him.
well,
So let's introduce our other guest, Dave Conway, who's running for school committee in 2 districts, Belvedere and South Lowell, right?
Oh, that's correct. Right.
So-
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, David.
And you're a retired school teacher, right?
Right. School
Well,
teacher.
Dave's
and
housemaster.
and-
Used to be on the. Didn't you used to be on the city council?
I was on for 4 years, the city council.
Yeah.
So a little of everything.
Yes, Dave has lots of experience.
So I got the impression, because of how incumbents did in the preliminary election, that maybe the natives are restless, that the voters might want change. I mean, you don't have an opponent.
No.
You have a write-in opponent, but aside from that,
Right.
you don't have an opponent. But do you think the voters are a little unhappy?
I'm not sure. I think as far as the school committee is concerned, I think there's, most of us are unopposed
Yeah.
at this point. And the city council, I think it's a bit different. It's a bit different. There is competition there.
Sidney, how many people are in your district running? I don't need the
so
names. just-
we did the primary too, so there was 3, and now
Okay.
there's only me and the incumbent.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah.
All right.
So, an issue for city government, John, I see that Heinz Tavern is no more, except on Google Maps.
Yeah, some bank was crazy enough to lend some character money to build a building that's going to house probably 70 people with very little parking.
I can't believe it.
It seems like
But
there's
banks
no
are banks.
But this is all because the,
This is all because Tom Golden is greedy and he wants more tax revenue so he can hire more of his friends.
I was going to blame the general court for passing the MBTA law.
No, the city had an option to have 2 parking spaces per unit, and they were told, you don't want to vote for that one, vote for the one that has the least amount of parking, so we can build more houses. That's what our city councilors did to the city.
Great.
And if you want your sister to get a job, you better vote the way I tell you.
And that's a congested area, because you've got the bank, and then you've got that is the turn that everybody's taking.
Let's
to
extend
go
his
on to the
contract.
connector.
Let's extend his contract too.
Don't look at me. I didn't do it.
Sidney's saying, don't look at me, don't look at me.
I
Don't
didn't
look-
do
don't
it.
look- don't look at
Now,
my
Sidney,
direction.
Sydney, while you're over there with the cat that swallowed the canary, my friend Gary Francis interviewed you on the radio, and you took a pasting over the. You're for the injection site. People can inject safely on your site. Will you explain to the audience what you think that is and why you're for it? And you need to lean into the microphone a little bit, please.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, for people who don't know, I've been working in the healthcare field for over 25 years, and mostly in the ethnic minority community through education, health promotions, and I'm also a CPR instructor, and just trying to educate people and be safe. So when I look at the harm reduction site, one of the
The what?
harm reduction site,
What-
the injection site. So basically, injection site. When they took the vote, the council took the vote.
Who's the council?
The
I understand,
council, yeah. When they took the vote, I think that for me it was like there was no input from, let's say, the health department or the health center or Lowell General or folks that in the healthcare field, and I look at also at the people who sat there, basically the counselors. I don't think many of them or none of them has been coming from the healthcare field, and so therefore I don't think they sort of I can't say understand it too well, but took into consideration the needs of people who need space, safe space, that a space that can be supervised, a space that can be cared for, or a space that can provide more support to those people who are in need. And so this is where I looked at, where a space like that should be staffed with people who really educated, who are really healthcare professional that can take care of folks. I mean, I understand full well that nobody want to, inject these kind of stuff, to themselves.
It's kind of like let's build a building for the prostitutes and have clean beds, clean sheets, and clean pillows for them.
Right, I
Correct.
mean,
Similar? Similar?
Well, not really. I mean, you can. The thing is that I've been brought up into with health. I mean, compassionate, and I guess one of the places that I work with is called Meta Health Center. It's mean loving kindness, and also I was brought up this way, so I would always try to help and support them the way I can.
Well, make a long story short, I'm against this thing.
Yeah, I can feel it.
That's why I brought it up. Okay.
Yeah.
My friends,
I know.
my friends in California, specifically San Francisco.
Yeah.
They have the shoot 'em up site that you're talking about there, and they were bragged to the city council in San Francisco. They had serviced 53,000 individuals, and one city councilor had the guts to ask the guy, "How many did you get off drugs?" And the guy looks around and 3. Excuse me? How many got off drugs? 53,000 people injected at your site. And how many did you get off drugs? 3.
Yeah, but 3 important lives that save, or can touch other folks. I don't know, but it's something that I won't change. That in a way, if we have
We can
the
agree to
resource-
disagree, but
right, if
I
we
think
have
it's the
the
wrong thing,
resource
Sidney.
to do it, and the support to do it, I would. The only thing that I was disagreeing with the council was that there's no other opinions in it, and so therefore I would like to see more additional healthcare professional get input into it, and maybe they have other option. Who knows? I don't know, and that's why what I don't like the most is that, especially this is what got me into these things. Also, was that people need to have a say in it, and more and more the councilors seem to have a lot of say in too many things. And I want to make sure that, the people have a say in their, in their life, because I just feel that, they're being closed and closed and closed, and the taxes being taken out, and they're doing what they want, at City Hall, and I just feel that way.
Do we have any numbers? Like, there was a study a decade ago down in Boston by putting someone in an apartment. They cut the amount of money that was being spent on healthcare from something like $80,000 a year to something like $20,000 a year. So that was a big savings to the city. Do we know, is there a cost savings with these safe injection sites?
Eileen Delrossi.
Okay, while you guys are talking to Eileen Delrossi, I'm going to go and do these announcements real quick, because the sun is coming down on a lot of these things. Today, tickets go on sale for the Golden Gloves. If you love the Golden Gloves, you can get your tickets starting today. And then over the weekend, we got Friday, that's today, October 24th.
Oh.
Chris and Elizabeth Dick are having a get-together to help Danielle McFadden get elected at the coffee mill. So tonight, this morning, from 9:30 to 11 a.m. at the Coffee Mill Emporium, 23 Palmer Street in downtown Lowell. Hope to see you down there. The Monster Bash is tomorrow. So if you got a little kiddo and you want to go to the Monster Bash, they'd love to have you go. So there's stuff all over the place about that. You leaving?
But Pat meets at 7:30.
What happened?
He has to be here till 7:30.
She has to go to work.
He has to be here till 7:30.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever. Okay.
Thanks, Regina.
Thank you.
John Dakota's having a party, and it's going to be October 29th at 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at Mount Pleasant. We'll talk about that more next week. We'll talk about Kim Scott's party a little bit more next week. And this is happening this weekend, October 26th. Breakfast at the Tewksbury Senior Center, $10 a head. Go out there, be hungry. It starts at 8:30 on Sunday, October 26th. I'm going to be out there. It's a great time. You're going to leave full, definitely. Back over to you, Cliff. Thank you.
Okey doke. We've been joined by Eileen Delrossi. Hello,
Hey, Dave,
Eileen.
can you hand
Good morning, everybody.
Cliff?
I am so sorry. I've had a lot going on, and I legitimately completely forgot.
Okay. Yeah, John,
I'm hearing her okay. That's good. We don't
All
need
right.
to do it. Good.
so I have a question for Dave. Oh, wait, I had a question for Sidney.
Oh.
Do we have any economic numbers for how much safe injection sites save the taxpayers?
I don't. John, anything? No? I don't.
For the taxpayers, what are you going to do to keep the taxes down? I mean, we have a city manager
Oh.
that's building houses. Bye, Regina. Have a good weekend.
John,
We have a city manager.
John, the question was, how much money do safe injection sites save us because people don't pick up diseases or other problems?
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay.
I don't think that's a close answer. Anyway, Dave,
Right now, they can get free needles any place they want. They have free needles all over the place. We're helping these people too much. Take away their EBT card. Take away their Mass Health card and make them earn it.
oh, I'm just happy with,
Stop giving away stuff. It's taxpayer funded. How much do you want to spend on your taxes for this, Cliff?
I'm just happy that they're bombing the boats.
We got $50 million overage on the high school, and you want to have a drug injection site.
I just want to know what the facts are.
$50 million over.
If you can't measure it, you don't understand it.
$50 million over on the high school. You already owe $50 million and you want to spend more dough.
All right, Dave. So, the voters of Massachusetts voted to drop MCAS as a,
John, it's his phone. I mean, his mic.
there we
That's
go.
okay. David, grab the other mic.
Oh, that one.
And this one here?
Okay. Now it works.
And all set?
Yeah.
Probably the battery was dying the other one.
Okay.
They're new mics, I'm getting used to them.
Yeah, this is cool.
All right.
Yeah, very nice.
So
Thank you, David.
the voters voted out MCAS. I think that it was a mistake, but it's what it is. But then I heard that down on Beacon Hill, they're looking at new tests. Are we going to have tests as a graduation requirement that's not MCAS? Do we have any sense of what's going on with this?
That I don't know off the top of my head. I know that there was obviously a lot of controversy with MCAS, and teachers were, teaching to the test. And I think that what a lot of teachers said is that that it took a lot of creativity out of the classroom, because once again you're measured by those specifically by those tests, and whether it's this type of forum or any other type of forum, people immediately gravitate to, well, what was the test scores, and why is this one down 2% and that one's up 1% and so forth, and why is this town doing better than the other one? So therefore it was a real push to increase those test scores and to teach to the test, which I think that that has been pushed aside at this point. And
Well,
I
David,
know the teachers
respectfully,
were happy with it
I think
too.
we still do teach the test. My question to
Correct.
everybody in the school committee is, why don't we teach personal finance? And the answer is, because DESE doesn't want us to. And I say, the hell with DESE, teach personal finance.
Well, I agree with you 100% on that.
Then let's
I mean,
make it
that
happen.
certainly can be brought into
Let's make it happen, please. Thank you, David.
okay.
Wait, Jeanne d'Arc was in today's newspaper. I didn't bring the article. Jeanne d'Arc was partnering with somebody from the Patriots to provide financial education to students. So apparently something's going on.
A little, not enough.
Yeah, but perhaps.
Why do we have to learn personal
We
finance the
can
hard
make,
way?
I think we can make it happen. I talked to some folks also when I walked the street. Financial education is one of the things they talked about and said, like, why don't they put that in the curriculum?
Yeah, they can
You know,
make it
so-
more formal.
Yeah.
Bill Johnson, Dr. Bill Johnson, he's Cliff's neighbor, comes to see us once a month. He works over to UMass Lowell. It's a learnable skill. I'm going to read these texts real quick. They're never positive. With all due respect, Regina, the sheriff in Mass is a bounty hunter with a badge, a future warrant squad hunting down criminals. They're not proactive law enforcement. Get the sheriff in here and prove me wrong. I don't think he's ever going to come, Bart. Thank you for your comment. Mr. Lang, you have an incredible story. Listening to your childhood and Councilor Yem's up, bringing, it's a powerful story, yeah. Well, Paul Rathiam, he has a good story too. And then last one is respectfully bad idea injection sites. But we do expect but what do we expect when we have the biggest money maker in the state are the weed shops? Good point.
Yeah.
Back over to you guys, thank you.
So, always in the back of my mind is a question of, instead of teaching to the test, why don't we teach people how to take the test? I graduated in the bottom half of my class in high school, but I did pretty well on the what was the test we took to get into college?
SATs?
SATs. Yeah, I did well
Oh,
on the
ACTs.
SATs. And then I took the graduate record exam as a junior in college and was the 98th percentile, even though I was going to graduate in the bottom half of my class. So, did I have some knack that I had picked up along the way on how to take a test? When I took the graduate records, I was the first one done in the room.
Well, there were, I remember when I went into.
David, drag the microphone a little closer to you or lean into it, please.
Sure. When I was in school, there were different groups or different test areas, private, that would help you with your, whether it was SATs or LSATs or anything else that, because that's a bit of a knack on how to take tests.
Yeah.
You're right, and I mean, does that
Oh,
solve
my
all
other one was competition father-son on the LSAT. I beat my son by 2 points. He got a scholarship to go to law school at University of San Diego de Alcala. If I had been a young bachelor, I couldn't have thought of a better place to go than University of San Diego de Alcala. I mean, that's a wonderful place.
Yeah.
But knack.
Yeah.
So you think, can we teach that to the students?
Well,
Can we help them?
I don't see why not. I think you certainly could. Or let's put it this way: you could certainly help out on, different methods and different things that could perhaps make things a little bit more efficient for students. And I do believe they do that to a certain extent. But again, there's different organizations, and I know I sent my kids to it, even for the LSATs.
Yeah.
That they concentrate specifically in areas that would help them give that little edge. And well, I guess it might have helped them.
Yeah. Eileen, you got a thought on this?
Yes, I do actually. I went to because the MCAS results recently came out, obviously everywhere, including my school son, and there was a breakdown of the MCAS scores and how they're using the MCAS scores now for data, now that it's not a requirement. But yes, but they just wanted to, they can't get rid of the MCAS because it's the only source of achievement right now for our students. So we're going to continue with the MCAS for some time, but they're using it for different purposes now in school instead of rating them, comparing it to another district or so forth. But I'm going to look for that PowerPoint also and get it to you guys for Monday or next Friday.
Okay. All right. So, jumping back to the city council race, what do you think the biggest issue is facing Lowell, aside from taxes?
Well, I mean, we touched on a little bit the homelessness and of course housing. We need to find a comparable solution to how do we create more housing in the neighborhoods, and I think the housing and the homelessness, should be worked out in a way that I guess it's suitable for all community, and I mean all district. We send people to study front runner city. We should be sending people to study about how to create housing in an urban city, or how to deal with homelessness and fix it once for all, and so that we don't have to deal with this year after year. We should have to come up with a plan and just continue to execute that plan, because we can't keep doing this though. We just need to find a solution and come together and work on solving these problems. So.
But
I unfortunately don't think there is an easy solution. Good morning, Sydney.
Good morning.
I think certain nonprofits in the city are getting really rich off of this, and they are not giving the all that it deserves. But we get money for being the city who offer these services. But at the end of the day, you can't make a person take the services, but we're getting funded for all of it at the same time. So somebody's benefiting, just not the people that truly need to be.
Right.
Go
I
ahead.
would like to, when I was on the city council, I did I remember sitting down with Connor Baldwin, we went over some data, and he was helpful in getting me some information that I was looking for. And I believe it was either 96 or 97%. Lowell had more affordable housing than 96 to 97% of all the towns and cities in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. So in other words, I think it certainly, that data showed that Lowell was doing its, should we say, fair share. If we have more than 96%, what people have said to me, I know in the past, is what about this? What about the other towns and cities? Have they stepped up to the plate to help out? So that's maybe where there needs to be some work happening there.
Dave, one thing that I was concerned about, maybe I'm wrong about the housing. Let's say the number is correct, right? So did Connor also said maybe what are the neighborhoods that these housing are being built and why? Did he?
Right,
No.
I agree. And also, why is it so difficult for an average person to even get to those affordable homes? The process is not easy at all. It's like you have to sign up here and then there and then here. And so people who truly need it, it's not easily accessible unless you know the exact people and the shortcuts.
I'd like to look at this from a side view, that one of the big issues, I think, is intergenerational wealth. This country has screwed the black community over intergenerational wealth in the last century. And renting doesn't build intergenerational wealth. Having a house, no matter how small, builds intergenerational wealth. So I think that the state is failing. They need to find some space and get someone in to build 100,000 houses and build the transportation back.
Who's going to pay the
Boston.
taxes on those, Cliff?
What?
Who's going to pay the taxes on those?
On the houses?
Correct, yes.
The people that buy them.
You should see what they've done to the reservoir. It's not even a reservoir anymore. It breaks my heart every time I drive past it, which is usually every day.
Dave Conway just recited, and went in one of your ears and right out the other. Lowell has overbuilt more than all the communities in Massachusetts, or almost all the communities in Massachusetts. It's time to look elsewhere. Lowell's done 125% of what other communities have done.
So you totally missed what I
Stop it.
said, which
Stop it.
was,
We have enough. Move elsewhere.
John, you missed what I said because you weren't paying attention. Outside of Lowell.
Thank you, Elizabeth Warren.
100,000. If only I made as much money as she does.
Well, can we talk about the inequity and speed bumps in the city? And I feel like I am also very alert to this because they went literally right in front of my house right before the Olive and the Robinsons start, which they're already starting to deteriorate. Yet in Belvedere on Wentworth Street, I don't know if any of you guys have driven by there and seen that beauty. It's not even a speed hump. It's like these metal flashing things, and you just go over them. I think that's way more effective than a speed hump. And why does Belvedere, Cliff, get these classy speed, I don't even know, like, metal figures, and Centerville gets speed humps that are already deteriorating from frequent use of traffic.
What can I say?
I don't know what to say either.
You're in God's country, Cliff.
Well, you're exactly right, because my wife and I are convinced that God answered our prayer and put us exactly where we are. So, yeah.
Can you say I'm exactly right again so I can clip that and always remember it?
Yes, you're exactly right.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I used to work for the a program called Mass in Motion, and one of which is to build a safe route to school program, in the city. Even that, we're trying to, because we were talking about crosswalk and sidewalk. Imagine if we can build this flashy crosswalk, just like at UMass Lowell. But the thing is that I've been trying to ask the city to install that in some of the, the walkway that has more pedestrian. It's just that it just never happened.
Isn't it interesting how we have a city manager that only works for 11 people? If you don't have a city council, you can't get nothing done in this city. That's my personal takeaway. I got a bunch of texts I'm going to read to you guys, and you guys can pick up on them if you want to. I worked 30 years to pay for my house. You better believe I'm getting every dime when I sell. Good point.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We have nothing to worry about here in Lowell. We have unnamed billionaires from the UN coming here to save us from ourselves. Let's hope they're not as disappointed as Sal was dealing with the council. The schools should teach themselves financial responsibility. That would be a great place to start. They always have a hat in hand when it comes to money. Cliff, I tried to find your text, and I'll find it after this, because Cliff discovered that we have a lot of people working for administration. I heard there will be a new start time for high schoolers in Massachusetts. Start time will be 8:30.
Ooh.
Homelessness is never going away. On one breath, you say we need places to shoot up, then we need to help the homeless. Can't have it both ways, respectively. And that's the last text in this group. Back over to you guys.
Is high school starting at 8:30, Dave?
Sorry?
Is high school start time 8:30? I thought it was 8:30.
High school starts earlier than that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Somebody said that it's going to be a state mandate to make it 8:30. One of the
Well, I don't know about
texters, yeah.
That's new.
Is that just daylight savings time? I'm kidding you, Cliff. I'm kidding you.
So, over the weekend, I was following an internet discussion about Europeans and Ukrainians, and somebody made a comment that reminded me of Lowell. I know it's not your district, but in a way, it's Dave's school district. So, Prince Spaghetti factory, now a data center, and we're saying to the data center people, oh, no, we don't want you putting in more energy production capabilities. Isn't that jobs? Aren't we saying no to jobs by doing that? And here's the comment that a friend of mine said, that Hamburg, Germany, just voted to deindustrialize. Net zero locally means no gas-powered merchant ships, an end to the gas pipelines, and an EV requirement such as Spanberger proposes for Virginia, which means that Hamburg, one of the key ports for NATO, will be effectively shut down. Are we shutting down jobs and work by limiting that data center down in Spaghettiville?
I have no idea.
Yeah. That's one of those touchy topic where I went to talk to some of the neighbors when the increase of diesel. Is that what you're talking about? The new request for more diesel fuel. It's scary though. But it's going to be hard because the Markley group are really big group, and I guess the information and everything else that they're doing are very important to all the network out there as well too. So therefore, there need to be a balance. But that, I think, 168,000 gallon of diesel fuel in the middle of South Lowell.
Yeah,
That doesn't
that's
sound
crazy.
That definitely. I'm not sure who or how can stop that though.
On the other hand, there are other people who are looking for that work. Prince William County in Virginia, which is outside the Beltway, they are eager for data centers. A friend of mine who lives there told me that, and I checked with my youngest son, who lives just on the border and used to live there. He says, yeah, they're going for the tax revenue and they're trying to get data centers. And so that's tax revenue and jobs.
Yeah, talking about job for that site. I mean, do we know how much or how many people the group was offering to provide job for that site, and have they fulfilled these requirements or these promises? I mean, do we know?
I don't know.
So I mean, I heard, but I haven't read about it or seen it, where I thought they promised to provide 100 jobs or something like that at the site. I'm not sure about
They
the
did.
numbers.
You talking about Markley?
Yeah.
Well,
Did they?
the city of Lowell doesn't even practice that. If you go down to the city of Lowell today at 11:45,
Yeah.
see all the cars who are registered in New Hampshire that work in that building. It's amazing. We don't even require employees to work here. And when it comes to parking, they all have a free parking space. The residents don't have a free parking space, but everybody who works at City Hall does. It's not the right thing we're doing, but now's the time to think about it.
Yeah, I don't think it's too late, but it's almost too late in a way to just fix the system. I mean, how do you do that? How do you? I mean.
Well, you simply
you've seen it.
say, you have 3 years to move to Lowell.
Yeah.
If you don't live here in 3 years, you're fired.
Now, is that legal? I mean, I don't know. I'm just asking questions.
I love people who have the likes of you. I have a friend, Gary Francis, does the same thing.
Yeah.
He throws an obstacle up. Change the frickin' law.
Ah.
We have all the state rep. We have the delegation. Tell the delegation to change the law. Boston does it.
Yeah. I mean, look, I like the idea, because one thing is that I
How many
like to have.
Cambodians do you see working in City Hall?
That's what I'm saying. But how
We are
how
screwing
are we
our
gonna
own
do this?
citizens.
Because I like to see the representation of the city being at City Hall. So when you're going in there, you got somebody who can speak your language, know your culture, understand your where you're from, and at the same time, I like to see the upper management team reflecting the community. This is what I want to do, and that's why I'm asking, because I'm doing research. I want to find out how can we change this, and not only at City Hall. I like to change this throughout companies and nonprofit within the boundary of City of Lowell.
See, what you
How
need
do we
to
do
do
that?
is, when you throw
Oh,
up
Sidney, you're
the
so
obstacle you
hopeful.
throw up
I
about the
love
law,
it.
what you need to do
I'm
is,
trying.
what you need to do is
I
tell
know,
your
but the
solicitor.
hard part is how this city works and the reality
You
of
tell,
it.
you tell your lawyer, the solicitor, Mr. Solicitor, you say it's against the law. By Friday, I want you to send me a photocopy of the law and yellow out with the yellow marker where you understand this is illegal. Show me in the law.
Yeah, I don't want my kid to finish up school and then ending up finding a job down in Somerville, Woburn, Boston, and other places. I mean, these kids nowadays, even though I came in as a refugee, they're all smart kids. They're born here. They have the capacity. They have the intelligence. They can do whatever that other people can do as well. They just need opportunity. And
And they're technologically smart. They're different
Yes.
type of smart.
Yes.
And we need to really highlight that and what they can do for like the Mill City. Now what is it? The technological city or whatever that highlights our kids' strengths.
Yeah, and every time I talk about having, people at City Hall or other places as, upper management, they would say, oh, they have to be qualified. You don't ask that to those folk who opened that door. Why do you ask that to ethnic minority? If we're not qualified, we wouldn't even apply for that job, And that's the thing. We're like, all of a sudden there's this barrier. Say, oh, we need to find this about you, look at this about you. No, we just want equal opportunity. Those people that our children, grandchildren who grow up here need to have the same opportunity at City Hall, at nonprofit, at hospital, at private company within the
Sidney,
city.
we have 2 colleges in Lowell, yet we can't produce people smart enough to work for the city of Lowell. The city of Lowell is the largest employer in the city.
Mhm.
We have to understand that. Okay, so on Monday, Cliff's going to be here, Eileen Delrossi's going to be here, Fru Neckenbeng's going to be here, Mike Smith will be here, and Ralph Hogan's coming. And he's coming at 6, so that'll be good. Got
So,
a bunch of texts.
Dave, do you have a WAG?
I got a bunch of texts.
Stuff them for a second. Do you have a WAG on how many employees of the school department are not Lowell residents?
I don't have that breakdown.
Yeah.
I don't have that breakdown.
They don't want to have it either.
No, I don't mind. I don't mind.
50.
I don't mind that. I mean,
Get it.
I know that when I've taken a look at a lot of the people that have moved up or filled administrative jobs, they're coming from the outside, which I don't. I've never really been a big fan of that. If we have qualified people that have been working in the school department for a number of years and been dedicated and so forth, and brought their kids up, and if they can do the jobs, then those jobs should be going to them, not all of a sudden somebody coming in from the outside.
Yeah.
And
Or
I've seen
then we
that.
also have
And
our
I've seen that happen
people
too
who
often.
lived in Lowell their whole lives and maybe got too close to how things really work, and then they get blackballed from ever working in the Lowell public school
Well, I
systems
think, yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And that's the underlying part of it, that, oh, it's not good if you know too much, or if you upset this one or that one. So there's inequity all throughout, and it's knowing
Okay.
who to stay away from, who to stay quiet around, whose buttons not to push. So it's it's a intricate game that it has to be played.
That's
as
too
well.
bad.
Yeah.
Let's do the text, John.
All right, well, first of all, I found this text from you, Cliff.
Oh.
And want to explain to the audience what we're looking at here, Cliff?
This is a friend of mine sent this to me. It's the growth
Right.
in administrators. That's the red line. The yellow line is principals and assistant principals. The green line is teachers, and then the blue line is students. So for a 10-year period, the student population didn't increase that much, and the teacher population didn't increase that much, but administrators and principals and assistant principals seem to really jump up, and I can't help but think that sucks up a lot of money.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've seen that chart, or very similar, that was sent to me
Yeah.
back a couple months ago. The chart that I saw was the teacher and the student. It was really only like 2% and 4% or something. And those other numbers, when you see it, they jump up dramatically. I mean, for example, I was an administrator in the school system at the high school. And I can remember being in charge of the freshman academy, and there was myself and my clerk and my 2 guidance counselors. Actually, we had 3 guidance counselors on that, and that was the staff. There were 1,200 students. You know, today it seems as though every school has an assistant principal, or even 2 assistant principals, which that didn't take place before. And I know what people say is, oh well, there's a lot of work that has to be done, and well, the bottom line is, if you want to change test scores, it's not the administrative level that it's happening at. It's at the classroom level, and that's where the resources should be put into. And what I'd like to do in the next 2 years is to examine these outside consultants. We're paying big bucks for outside consultants, and I'm saying, well, with looking at that chart there, why aren't we taking people that are already here, administrators, and doing the consulting? I mean, that's why we hire them, because they're supposed to be experts.
They have a good point. We have a water department that can't fix pipes. So I'm
right.
gonna blow through these texts.
Quick.
Great show today. Have a good weekend. Bill H. 647 proposes that all high schools must start no earlier than 8:30. If this bill passes, these changes will take effect no later than July 1st, 28. Shouldn't people in school committees already know this? You're welcome. That's from Bart. Real estate has two sides, a seller's market and a buyer's market. Unfortunately, it's a seller's market. Why are we getting these speed bumps? I am not sure the drivers are happy about them. And the last text of the week, Lowell needs financial wealth, education. The city of Lowell spends every dime they get and then go after the local taxpayers. Stop spending too much. City of Lowell overspent $50 million. Don't you city councilors know Lowell has no more money and you'll be coming after homeowners for more dollar signs?
Yeah,
Goodbye to you all.
it's dry
Okay,
right now.
so we're down just a couple of minutes. Give me a quick 45-second elevator speech, Sidney.
So it's been 6 months that I've gone through this political speed bump, and we won primary pretty well, and I asked that those folks to come out and help me. Please support my candidacy November 4th, and let's do this. We will change something, but we can't change anything that I said unless I be there and to do it. So I need your support. At least give me a try. November 4th, Tuesday. Thank you.
Dave.
Yeah, thank you. I would really appreciate the voter coming out and putting me in for another, electing me for another 2 years, and I think that certainly what I want to concentrate in these next 2 years, which I've concentrated in these last 2 years, is, we need to make sure that our schools are as safe as possible. And I'm going to keep on hounding on that, because the bottom line is security and safety is paramount. Also, I think what we have to do is start trimming down. We have to start trimming down, and the monies need to be focused into the classroom. That's where education takes place. That's where scores are going to go up. And these are a couple of things that
10
I
seconds.
certainly want to concentrate on going forward.
Please, grab someone and make them vote. It's the only way to scare the politicians.
Yeah, early voting's at the senior center all weekend.
Start tomorrow.
Right.
So, hey guys, have a good weekend. Thanks for getting up extra early.
Thank you.
Thanks for tossing
Thank
your
you.
hat in the ring. Cliff, have a good
Bye,
weekend.
everyone.
All right.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
Eileen.
Thanks, Eileen.